Hi, my name is Jason. I'm the former assistant chief of a local volunteer fire department. I've got a little brainchild of mine here that it's been a couple years of mine in development. One of the things that we face a lot as volunteer fire departments are limited budgets and also access to good quality training facilities. Some people get these steel containers, turn them into burn units. I had something in mind that would be able to be changed a lot, used for a lot of different training scenarios, and would kind of be an all-in-one. I'm also a builder by trade. I build and sell portable storage sheds, and this is kind of based on that. So I'm going to do a walk-around tour of this project I got and kind of show you guys what I have in mind and what can all be done with this unit. Okay, so here's the unit. It's actually sitting on my trailer right now. This is a fully portable unit if you have the right equipment. Like I said, I am in the portable storage shed business. I build and transport these buildings all the time. This unit is 14 feet wide, 24 feet long. Total height sitting on the trailer here is about 14.6. I'm from Montana. That's no problem moving it anywhere down the road. I've got permits for that. A lot of fire departments may get it delivered and just have it parked there. This is actually going to a volunteer fire department about 90 miles from here. I'm going to be delivering it in the morning. But anyhow, this is the idea of it. You take a look, it's basically a square box. Here on this slanted part here, you see the iron rails up there. That is capability of throwing a roof ladder on that and cutting a hole there, practice vertical ventilation in the roof there. Inside, you'll see that whole section of roof there is replaceable. Everything is dropped into pockets, and when you cut that out, cut a hole in it, whatever, you go ahead, pull that metal off, the wood all comes out, you put new wood back in, and there you've got a new practice. You can take the metal off, throw shingles over that, and cut with your saws with shingles however you want to. So on this particular unit here, now it is dark inside. I have a tripod light in, and we will try to keep light going. This is an entrance door on the far back corner over here. As this camera adjusts to it, there's another entrance door, and then outside here you have a second floor entrance. Now this unit is very short because of being able to keep it so that I can transport it. I had to keep it fairly short. That limits the height of the stories, but in fire training, a significant portion of your search and rescue, of smoke training, of maze training, all that stuff happens on your hands and knees. So having 2 stories in a limited building like this is not a problem. I can stand up in here, I can walk around, but I'm hunched over a little bit. Now, the idea behind this building here was that you can change the scenario anytime you want to. Here on the right here, you're gonna see I have 4-foot partitions. I have 8-foot partitions. Back there we have 6-foot partitions. And over here in the corner we have 2-foot partitions. Here we have a door unit, and I'm gonna go ahead and throw some assemblies together here in a little bit. But here is a stairway. This is all movable. Now if you look above us here, we got the second story. And this second story is 2 8-foot sections, and they are portable. They roll from one side to the other. So here we go, looking up into the second story. I can push this over to the far end. Underneath here, I've got a bolt latch, and I throw my prop in there, just take the tension off of it, and that second story, which is 2x4 framing, will hold 4 or 5 firefighters up there, no problem, doing some search and rescue. There you have a short section, here you have a short section. These sections here actually will bridge across here. So I can throw a section over there, throw a section over this side, and have my stairway going up in the middle of the house. I can throw both sections on this side, have the stairway here, both sections this side, have the stairway on that side. I can also roll both of these units over here, and those sections can go to the end of the wall there. So we throw that over there. I'm not gonna bother putting down the props, but here, if you take a look at this floor section can be dragged right across this floor and rest over here. I throw this out. Okay, so I can also bring that other floor section over here, drop it here, and here again I can have the stairway going up here, up the center, up this side. All told, I have 9 different locations where the stairs can go up to the second floor. The importance of that is the ability to change your scenario anytime you send a guy in. You send somebody in for search and rescue in maybe your steel container burn unit or whatever you're using for training purposes. And after about 2 or 3 times, they know their way around inside. This thing here, and I will demonstrate in a little bit, in just a couple of minutes, 30 minutes at the most, I can have a totally different building in here. Stories, both stories can have their partitions put in, rooms, closets, stairway going up left and right. There's 9 locations I can put this set of stairs. Over here, the second story here, we could open this up from the inside, and here's where you can practice bailout. There's sturdy wood all around, so if you get your bailout harnesses, you can grab on here, practice second story bailout. I'm gonna go ahead and show you something on the other side there, how the vertical ventilation works. Okay, here is our vertical ventilation section here. This is basically a 48 by 48 section of roof. Everything is fastened down now because the metal is screwed to the top. But when you take those 2 center sections of metal off, you can cover this area with shingles, metal, whatever kind of reusable scraps you want to get. You can get stuff donated to you from your local lumber yard or whatever you want. These 2x4s in here simply are sitting in these pockets. This piece of plywood here is just sitting in there as well. It can be taken out, replaced. So you can set your ladder up, hook it up on this side here on the outside, and you can cut to your right. You can set it up on this side, left-handed person can cut to his left. That's how the vertical ventilation works. Okay, I mentioned throwing some scenarios together. There you can see the different sizes partitions I have, and here again are 2-foot sections. Everything has a 2x2 on the ends so that we can run a screw into it. The stairway here is portable. You can slide it around. It's made so one person can rearrange this. You have another guy, it'll certainly be handy, but we can go ahead and throw this stairway around like this. We'll just push it over to the wall for this exercise. On top here is one of the platforms that bridges from one side to the other. Let me just grab that, and we will go ahead and throw this in place. Now, I did this very easily myself. That is literally a piece of cake. This can be slid over all the way to this side, however you want to have it. Over there is another section of that could be put right in here. Now, here is just an escape prop. This here can be placed anywhere you want to. Here's your spring-loaded latch. You can open this up, let your firefighters go through here, let them do their search and rescue. While they're in there, if you're the training officer, you come along, close this latch here. They come back out. Their hose is under there, but it's collapsed. They can't open the door. They've got to go through here. You can throw more wires, plumbing, whatever you want to in here. It's a fairly simple prop. But this here, we use Torx head screws. We take this with a drill. I can put this up to the wall, run this into one of those studs. I can get one of those plywood partitions, run a partition across here. And anywhere those partitions butt together, because there's a solid wood piece on the end, I can run one of these screws in and hold it. Run it into the wall however I want to. I think that's about it on the interior here. Your imagination is your limit, really. You can set this up 1,000 ways. This one here, like I say, had 2 entrances here. You got one over here on the left, one here on the right. You can use them however you want to. But we use ours. I donated one of these to my local fire department that I was the assistant chief on, and it was kind of a goodbye gift for me when I left. We use a regular party fogger. We are a budget conscious fire department, and party fogger will fill this thing to completely impossible to see your hand in front of your face in about 10 minutes. I do volunteer to move my unit for the local fire department. I can take it around from one place to another, and occasionally they'll do drills and they can place it at some other address. If you don't have the capability of moving something like this, obviously you can set it at your fire department and you still have the dynamic ability to change this prop Literally, you could put this prop in about 1,000 different configurations. And if your firefighters enjoy this sort of thing, they will have unlimited amount of time to do search and rescue, do bailout, do a clearing a room, do hydraulic ventilation, do vertical ventilation, do positive pressure ventilation. And this building is not that big. This is 14 wide by 24 long. You can actually go significantly bigger than this. I can haul up to 40 feet. Obviously it's going to get more expensive up at that end, but even so, I built this myself in my shop, and I'm going to say in this unit here we have about $6,000 to $7,000 in materials. I would be happy to send anyone plans for this if you would like. They're not going to be computer generated plans, they're going to be hand drawn plans that if you're a carpenter you'll be able to figure out pretty easy. And if somebody up here in northwestern Montana would like to have one and doesn't want to take the time to build it, I certainly could be contacted and can build one of these for volunteer fire department. I don't charge a whole lot. My heart is after the volunteer fire departments, and I know that oftentimes budgets are tight, so I get enough to pay for my shipping to get out there and make a couple bucks on top of that, but mostly it's there to help you guys fight fires, train, and learn how to be safe out there.